What's going on, guys? Keegan here from Punisher's Paintball. I'm here with Joel today, and we are doing a Push Unite versus the Bunkerkings Command Mask comparison.
If you guys like this video, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all social media, and as always, shop at punisherspb.com.
So getting right into this comparison between the Push and the Command, let's start off with packaging. For yours, Joel, why don't you go into that?
As you guys can tell, it's just basically a box that comes with the Command mask. What's nice about the Command, though, something that I like to mention, is that it does come with a goggle bag. So when you open the box case, something that you're obviously not going to keep, which is, different than your Push Unite. One thing that I did like to mention, though, is that every style of Bunkerkings Command goggle is going to come with a matching goggle bag, which is nice. So you do have that. What about you, Keegan?
So, different from the standard goggle that most people package their goggles with, at least. The Push Unite comes with this really nice harder case that is form-fitted to the actual goggle. You can't go ahead and put the Command in this goggle case. It is specifically for the Push and form-fitted to it. It's a very nice case. This is actually what I personally use, and never had any goggle or anything get damaged inside of it.
Right.
So rather than just having a real thin bag that still can potentially damage the lens if you hit it or anything like that, you have this hard case that it's packaged in. It doesn't come with a box. Here you have, kind of just tells you your color, has everything like that on it, just for people like us that have a store and need to know what color is which. And then on the top here, you kind of have an overview of the actual mask.
All right, well, why don't you unzip that bad boy and show us what you got in there? So which color did you decide?
Boom. I decided to grab the clear. On our wall, it's probably my favorite. It's a super cool, unique color that I haven't really seen on any other goggle system. It's like a white clear that you actually can see through. You can see my hand if I put it through there. And it's just a very unique color.
And one thing to mention with the Flex, the clear as well as the smoke, is it does have like a softer, almost like a softer.
It definitely does.
Rubber.
I noticed that when I picked it up.
Which
it's
is
a lot
nice.
softer.
Which is nice.
The original Push still is soft. However, this is just a bit more of a softer, kind of more like the ProFlex material.
Okay. So as far as that goes, I guess we'll start there. As far as the construction of the mask, going to be relatively similar with the Bunkerkings Command. It's going to be a real nice soft rubber. That's one of the things I really like about the Command goggle system, is that it's nice and soft. So when you put it on your face, around your ears, you're not feeling any sort of hard plastic. Very similar to the Push mask and everything else like that. The Bunkerkings Command is a completely one-piece design, so there is no need for soft ear replacements or anything else like that. You can, replace your foam and everything else like that. On that, can you replace you can get replacement foam.
You can get foam
for the Push mask.
And as always for any goggle, really, you can get a replacement strap if you want. However, it is not one single piece. It actually splits into a couple different pieces, and it can kind of be a task to take apart and put back together. But it's one of those things that once you do it once, you kind of got it down.
Right.
It is a very well-made construction, though, and everything kind of clips together and fits together very well.
And the other thing I like to mention is that you can, if you want to, you can change your ears. You can also put an extension on the bottom of the mask, which is nice.
To mention that.
All aftermarket parts that you can get with the Push mask, whereas like with Bunkerkings Command, you can't do that.
Speaking of aftermarket things, at least, the one thing that I think that the Command has over the Push is, for the Push, to my knowledge, you cannot get a visor.
That is correct. I've heard of people like jerry rigging and everything else like that, and obviously you can always like take a cap and put it over or whatever the case may be. Whereas like with the Bunkerkings Command, it comes with this integrated micro visor. The problem with the micro visor, and it's a marketing selling point for the Bunkerkings, but unfortunately it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because a lot of the reason why people wear visors is when it's raining or sun, right? a micro visor like this is obviously not going to do anything for sun. And the other thing too is, if you look at the top, you still have your vented portion here, and most of the issue lies in when it rains outside is it getting in between your face and the inside of the lens, and that's obviously not going to help. Now, with that said, you can get visors for this. You can actually use the Vio visors, which are anywhere from about $15 to $25 depending upon the color, and you can put that on top and it's still going to fit, which is really nice. So, and you can also, I believe you can also put the air vent on the commands, whereas like with that you're not going to have those features, so it's kind of like it's a give and a take. You can do soft ears, you can do a chin extension. I cannot do either one of those, but I can do a visor, and I can possibly do the
stealth visor,
the stealth visor, as well as the
stealth fan,
the stealth fan. Thank you. All right, let's talk about lenses.
So there's actually kind of two different kinds of lenses for the push. They're made the same way, however, two different price points. You really have kind of the gradient lenses and then your standard color lenses. So the lens price range ranges from $54.95 up to $64.95, which unfortunately $64.95 is the most expensive lens that I know of.
That's correct. Yes, that is correct.
So they're well made, and I've personally never had any problems with water getting between them, ruining them, or I haven't really seen any wear on my lenses, and I am very hard on my gear, as my teammates can see. And I've never had to replace a lens. I've wanted to, so that I have a clear lens, an HD lens, a smoke lens, whatever kind of color lens I want, but I've never had to replace a lens. That's one portion of these two goggles that I think that Bunkerkings Command goggle wins, is because the lenses are going to be cheaper, and you can still get, for the most part, the only thing you can't get is these gradient lenses, which is really cool. But you can replace your lens with the HD lens, mirror lenses, clear lenses, smoke lenses, all that stuff, and it's going to be cheaper per lens than with the push mask. So that is definitely a selling point of the Bunkerkings Command. Now, one thing that everybody loves, if we're talking about lenses and chin straps, let's talk about chin straps real quick. This is where the push mask one of the big selling
wins.
points of the push. It's not on any other mask, but they have their magnetic one-hand lock lens,
chin strap.
It's a very well-made and comfortable chin strap. A lot of the problem that I have with a chin strap like that is the fact that it kind of starts to rub and doesn't feel too great on my chin when I have it on, because I like to have mine tighter so it doesn't go anywhere. And having this real nice kind of memory foam-like padding to the strap, as well as being able to unhook it and hook it in with one hand, is a huge selling point for me, having my gun in one hand, getting on for a point for another, forgetting my chin strap, and just being able to kind of clip it in by just getting it near.
Why don't you put it on, Keegan, and show everybody what you're kind of talking about there.
Shout out to Infamous.
You actually have one of these goggles, the Infamous version of these goggles too.
I do.
Right? Yeah.
And so having it, all I do is I just grab my chin strap and I just kind of put it near, and it clips. And then whenever I'm coming off the field, it's easy as sliding it off, and it's good.
Whereas with the Bunkerkings, it's basically a regular plastic clip that you have to match perfectly, which can, to your point, it requires two hands. It's not something that you can do easily with one hand. So that's definitely a huge selling point of the push mask. Is the magnetic strap. So
however, you can buy the push straps separately from the mask.
Correct.
And potentially, depending on the mask, put them on another mask.
That's correct. That's correct as well. And these are also, obviously if you need to replace these straps, these are also for sale. Okay. The other thing that I'd like to mention is strap thickness. I think that the Bunkerkings might win this just because the Bunkerkings straps are, they match, which those do too. But this is really cool as far as like how thick this, because I've worn the Command mask. I have not worn the push mask because it just doesn't fit my face, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I do love how thick this strap is.
Definitely. It It feels very good. I personally own both of them. For me, I like a thinner strap, so of course I'm going to go with the push over the command.
Okay.
But the command I never had any problems with. It felt great on my head. Granted, it was when I had much shorter hair, but but still, it felt very good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a selling point for the command mask is the strap. So
I guess the only other thing to mention on the push that hasn't been said yet is that it actually comes with this special tool right here.
Oh, that's good.
As well as a microfiber. It comes with a special tool that you can actually put in the nose bridge and adjust the nose bridge so that it comes out further or closer to your face. So depending on how big your face is, you can adjust it so it's closer or further away from your face. So just another slight selling point to the push that hasn't been seen in any other mask.
That is
to my
correct.
knowledge.
That is correct. It is unique to the Push Unite mask, which is a really nice feature. Is that you're going to be able to adjust that. It's the first time that I think, besides your actual, goggle strap, that you have any sort of adjustment to how the mask is going to fit on your face as far as your nose bridge and everything else like that. Definitely a huge selling point for the push mask. Definitely. I agree with that. So, okay, why don't we weigh these and see where we're at with weight? So,
all right, let's see. Turn the scale on. We have not weighed these before, so I'm going to step over here. And for the push, it is not zeroed. So let's tear that. And
here, I'll do it for you. All right, command mask first. Command mask, we are looking at
10.9 ounces.
All right, 10.9 ounces.
That's actually pretty good.
Is it zeroed?
It is.
All right, so for the push mask with the chin strap and everything.
We're looking at 9.5 ounces.
Wow, there you go. So the command and the push is actually lighter, which is another selling point for the push mask. So, I mean, the push is just like kind of taken away.
Banging. So, one of the final points that we're coming to, the foam on the inside of the mask. On the inside of the push, like I said in one of our previous videos, you have a very nice kind of three-tone foam. You have 3 different layers of different kinds of foam, and on the outside is this very nice kind of felt-like material that feels very good on your head. The foam feels very good on you, and so far I have yet to experience any issues with it coming off or starting to wear significantly.
Okay, so pretty much similar on the Bunkerkings command goggle system. Very simple to replace this too if you need to replace it, but it does have that 3-layer system as well. And the other thing that I like to mention is that both of these masks have that space on the side of your on the side of your glasses in case you are a glasses wearer. Just something I like to mention when we do any type of mask review that is a good point. But as far as foam goes, I would say it's actually relatively similar.
Yeah,
as far as the foam goes,
I think it's hard to give it to either mask because of how close it is.
I would agree. That's probably a tie. All right, last point and probably one of the most important points.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about price point. So the push mask retails for over $200, and there's a little slight variation depending upon the design that you're going to go with.
Correct.
But with that said, even though the push doesn't fit my face, I will say that the push is, it's got a lot of pros to it. The only cons being, I think, price of both the lens and price of the lens as well as the overall mask. Yeah. But you're paying more money. You're paying $30 to $50 more money for the push mask, but you are getting that really nice contour.
Whole case. If you were to buy an exterior case, it's $25
at bare minimum.
Yeah,
$25.
At minimum $25 for another case.
Yep.
And it's not form fitted either.
Correct.
It's not going to completely cover the mask, and it's going to be kind of bulky.
Mm-hmm. The magnetic strap is definitely a selling point, which is unique to the push goggle system. The ability to adjust your nose bridge. Now with the command, the reason why I personally prefer the command, even though the push has a bunch of selling points, is the command just fits my face better. So what I mean by that is I'll put these both on for you just to give you guys a general idea. I've got a big head, and when I try and put the command goggle on, it covers my entire chin. So as you can see there, it barely covers it, but it's enough for me, and it's extremely comfortable on my face. I have no issues. Yeah. Now, with that said, when I put the push mask on without the chin extension, I do have issues.
that just looks tight.
Yeah,
Small.
I mean, it's still extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
But I do have my chin hanging out the bottom, so I'm not trying to get bunkered and get slapped in the chin. Mm-hmm. So that is definitely, unfortunately, a selling point for me of wearing the command mask. Where if you are a bigger guy, if you're a heavier guy, whatever the case may be, I think that the command's probably going to fit your face a little bit better. Whereas like somebody smaller like yourself, not going to have as many issues with it. So that's the only reason that I probably prefer the command over the push mask.
Definitely. That, and of course the whole visor thing.
The visor thing is definitely a solid point for the command as well. So
definitely.
Alrighty guys, so there you have it. That is the comparison between the Bunkerkings command mask and the Push Unite mask. We hope that you guys enjoyed this comparison video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we'll be bringing you more comparison videos, product overviews, all the such. So last thing I'd like to mention is that both of these masks are available for purchase at punisherspb.com. So if you like one of these masks, head on over to our website and pick it up today. See you guys next time.